It's okay to be sad. That doesn't mean you're depressed. It's okay to be worried. That doesn't mean you're anxious. It's okay to experience trauma. That doesn't mean you have PTSD. Not everything is a diagnosable issue.
So many people hide behind a diagnosis and say, I never have to get better. This is one of the biggest things with attachment issues too. People take an attachment styles quiz and say, oh, I'm anxious attachment. I will be that for the rest of my life. Absolutely not. That is the medical system that says you have a disease. We must treat you for the rest of your life. You will go through 10 years of therapy and take 5 medications. When I was working as a psychologist, as a psychotherapist, I did in-home treatment for people. And some of my clients were on 27 different medications at the same time. And I would ask them what they were for, and they would not know. And at least 12 to 15 of those medications would be psychological medications. Some of them were 4 or 5 different antidepressants, and then 3 or different anxiety medications, and then some for panic disorder, and then some for who knows. They just kept throwing them in. They had no idea. That's the American system right now. And if you have a diagnosis, it's not the end of your life. And not everything is a diagnosis. A diagnosis should just say, here's where you're starting. Where are you going to go?
There's something very reassuring in a way, I think, about pathologizing your emotions, about giving them a label. It's not that the world is unfair, that life is difficult, that sometimes bad things happen, people pass away, you become destitute or broke or ill or sick, or your family members die. It's not that. It's that you have X or Y or Z. It is a forcing function, a convenient way to reduce down the complexity of the world. And I see it in myself. I see it in my friends. I see it in the people that talk about this sort of stuff online. It is a very seductive solution to try and have a label that you can place behind something. It's not that your sleep pattern is very bad because of your poor habits around eating late at night, which causes your digestive system to cause you to not eat well, and you're drinking too much water, and now you've got like shy bladder syndrome, or you've got like a bladder problem that means you've got to go to the bathroom or whatever it is, which is causing your sleep to be bad, which means that downstream from that your anxiety is high the next day. I'm anxious. I've got anxiety. I've got an anxiety problem. And reducing down the complexity of the world into a pathology. ADHD, we saw it before. It's like giving that diagnosis. The number of ADHD diagnoses has gone up, was it like 10 times, 50 times or something in the last 100 years? Yeah. It's
overwhelming. The amount in America, they say 1 in 7 little boys in America is now medicated for ADHD. I mean, those are brutal medications. Do you know how many boys I've talked to and grown men who are in their 20s that say, I've been medicated for ADHD since I was 4 years old. I've been on stimulants since I was 4 years old because my preschool teacher diagnosed me with ADHD and told my parents they would kick me out of school if I didn't get on meds. A lot. Guys have never lived their real life.